Hi everyone, this is David from Bonadox, and today we'll be going over Paycrest. Paycrest is a protocol that's particularly used for off-ramping, right? So you're thinking off-ramping from different currencies, which is really important to crypto today, which is for folks in the global south. So I know they support certain countries like Nigeria, Kenya, and certain other countries in Latin America, right? So in order to use this, all we have to do is go to the playground. I already set up the playground for us. So we have the gateway contract. So the gateway contract, if you look towards their GitHub, right? We should see the gateway contract here somewhere. Yeah, perfect. All right, so here is the gateway contract. Arbitrum 1 using the gateway proxy. So that's this contract and the USDT token contract. So what we really need to do is to call this create order. So create order is the particular method that we eventually need to implement and call the contract that debits us from USDT. In this case, because we're using the USDT token, and we get back the Nigerian naira, for instance, in our bank account if you're in Nigeria, right? So here you have the token address, the amount, the rates needed, the sender fee recipient, and the sender fee, the refund address, and the message hash. So keep in mind this message hash, right? Because here you have all the information on the user's bank account that Paycrest then funds, right? So come to the actions. I already created a create order. So first thing first, we initiate all of this, which is the simulator that we're using for creating this, ready to perform this operation, because there's a simulation engine behind this. We have ethers, we destructure out everything we need from it. Same thing with the USDT contract, the gateway contract. We also destructure it, get the USDT address, the ABI, gateway address, ABI. Initiating variables, the Arbitrum, chain ID, the provider, the sender address. So the sender address is the user's address that is going to be funding Paycrest. So you have the sender signer, which is the gateway contract, and the USDT contract. We just name this USDT asset just for legibility. So the next thing we need to get a message hash that I mentioned earlier. So to get a message hash, here it is down here. First of all, we need to call this fetch aggregator public key, and let's get this public key.data. So we do that here, we get back our data, then we pass it into this public key encryptor, right? Public key encrypt function. It goes through all of this. We access crypto using self.crypto. At the end of the day, it returns our message hash, right? So if I comment all of this to this point, you should see the message hash pretty quickly, right? So the message hash is also contains all of this, so you see it does it back. So you have the recipient, the account number, the name, institution, everything you required to actually have them fund the account with actual fiat currency, right? So after that, we perform an approve on the USDT contract to give an approval for for the contract address, which is the gateway address. After which we log this. So finally, we go through the create order method itself, which is the final method. We do get to the create order. Here's your refund address from Paycrest, by the way. So you have the USDT address, the token address, you have the amount, which is 10 USDT, right? You have the rate. So rate is the conversion from USDT to Nigerian naira, right? So that's 1,674 naira per USDT. So you say zero address. I believe this is for the sender fee recipient address. You come here. Then the fee is 0. Then you have the refund address here, then our very own message hash. So what you get back from the order created is the refund address, basically this is the event emitted, right? So it has the token, amount, fee, all of those things that you require. So if you run this, right? Okay, so now we have our required response. So you can see the approval logs, the emitted, created other events also logged. So with that, you can now start using the Paycrest in your own application. So thank you for being on this call, and yeah.